What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Mr. T. Hope you're ready to hop in that blue-white control van. Start embalming some fools. Let's get the commanders popped up. We'll play get some nice little black-white partner action. Let's get make sure Temmet's popped up. There we go. As far as our opening hand goes, we have Marsh Flats, Actar Waste. Not Actar. Said that wrong. Yeah, I guess we'll go and keep on this. So not too bad. Yeah, we have a turn one cantrip and Serum Visions. We can make this work. Get the, I think it's Star Wars on that one. I was going to get the Marsh Flats down. I think I am. Maybe I might be wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure I am. Let's go and crack the Marsh Flats. Let's get the Tundra down. Let's go for the Serum Vision. See what we can draw into and scry. See if we want to keep it on top or not. I'll kind of cover commanders in just a second. Alright, Dance of Mini. We have Island Flagstones on top. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be 4 for Sad Robot. Chromatic Lantern. Yeah, we're going to do that. Let's go and put the Flagstones on top. Let's put Island on top. Anything else? Now we're going to go and pass the turn. We're playing Temmet, Mr. T. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature token you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn and can't be blocked. Then embalm for 5 out of the graveyard. Playing against Time of the Weaver. Lifelink at the beginning of your post-combat main phase. You may pay X life, where X is the number of opponents that were dealt combat damage this turn. If you do, draw X cards. Has the partner ability. Let's go and get the let's get the island down. Anything else? Now we're going to go and pass the turn. And then also playing against Ravos Soul Tender. Flying, other creatures you control get +1/+1. Then at the beginning of your upkeep, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Alright, I do apologize if I read those pretty quick. It's kind of one of those that try not to eat the clock up too much, you know, while you're trying to record and figure out different lines of play. It's a little hard to kind of keep online with that. Alright, Tide Hollow Sculler. Into the battlefield, choose target non-land from that. Do we want to counterspell that? I kind of like our hand. Yeah, let's go and go for that. You know, I definitely want to get down Chromatic Lantern, so let's go and go counterspell on this one. Get down Chromatic Lantern, go for Sad Robot, kind of ramp a little bit, and then hopefully we'll be able to kind of find a nice little token for Temmet to kind of get rocking and rolling. Okay, drawn to the Flagstones. Let's go and get the Flagstones down. Let's go Chromatic Lantern. And that'll be, get the, a Darkar Waste, get that down, get the Waste down next turn. I don't know why, man. Sometimes when I get a word in my hand, it just gets stuck like that, so I'm getting ready to pronounce it again, and it's wrong. But we get that down next turn, we'll have 5 total mana, so we can actually go for Temmet. Or if you want to go for Sad Robot, we can get down Sad Robot and get that land on the battlefield. We can actually go for a Dance of Mini on Sad Robot, make it copy that's a token of it, and then if we want to get rid of Dance of Mini, we can actually exile it to get an extra card draw off that. So that is an option we can go for, but we'll see. Hymn to Turok, okay. At this point, that's okay. Rite of Replication and the Waste, not the end of the world. And then at least we still have Sad Robot to get down and kind of get ahead on land drops, and then kind of go from there. But yeah, if you're new to Temmet, this deck is pretty much just a blue-white control shell. It's a lot of fun. Temmet's a really, really nice commander for a just really nice control deck, just because he costs only 2, so you can get him down pretty cheap. And then it really just, he's not doing a whole lot. You just get him there, and you get some nice little increment of value. Let's say we get Batter Skull down, and you get that Batter Skull +1, make it unblockable, so it's always really nice. Let's go and get down Sad Robot on this. Let's see if we can't get ahead on land drops. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get down Sad Robot. Enters battlefield, search your library for basic. We do have at least 2 islands and then 2 white swords. Well, yeah, let's go and grab another island off this one. There we go. Anything else? Now we're going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, I went to Chicago this past weekend. I didn't have a Monday video. If you saw that, that's the reason why. If you didn't see the video, I went to go visit my sister, which was really nice. It's kind of my first time to get to visit her in Chicago, so that was a lot of fun. We did one of the local gaming stores that I went to was it Dice Dojo? I think it was Dice Dojo or Dojo Dice. I'm pretty sure it was Dice Dojo. But that was a really cool gaming store. So if you're in the Chicago area or you're from Chicago and you haven't been there, definitely check it out. It just that's what I don't know. When I go to a new city, I always like to kind of check out the local gaming store to see what they have to offer. And it was a really cool store. It'd definitely be something that I'd be willing to call home as far as a local gaming store is concerned. So if you're in the area, check it out. There's also something really nice as far as walking into a gaming store like that. You know, they had a lot of board games, and the building was really old, and they made it look really cool. But one of the things that they did have was they had some of the power on the glass table, not on the glass table, but in the display case as for purchase. They had some Moxes in there, they had Time Walk, and a few other cool cards. So it's kind of one of those like, alright, man. It's always nice seeing power when you walk into a store. So that's pretty cool. Alright, Imposing Sovereign. Get that down. Creatures you control, opponents control, enter the battlefield tap. We're okay with that. Now, we do have Dance of Mini. Mother of Runes might be a good option for that. I think at this point we might Maybe we want something just a little bit bigger toughness out there if we're going to go for Dance of Midi and make a copy of it. We're going to have to kind of start sticking that 2 mana away. Oh, Cyclonic Rift. Okay. Let's go ahead. I think I like this line of play a little bit better. Let's go to Matt. Let's get down to Matt. So let's go white and blue on this one. Let's go Dance of Mini on Sad Robot. Let's get that down. Make a copy of Sad Robot. We'll get an additional land on the battlefield. It looks like our opponent's a little tight on land. So if we can just kind of outgrind them with some mana, I'm going to be okay with that. We're going to choose the Sad Robot over there. I need to pick up the Invocation version of that. It's a really cool looking card. I'm going to draw a card. Enter the battlefield. Search your library for a land card. Definitely going to do that. Yes, we're going to use that ability. And then on this one, I think we're still okay. We've got double white. You know, white is kind of just a little bit more of a splash in this stack. Do we want to grab one more? Well, we have Chromatic Lantern, so we'll just go and grab planes on that one. I think we're okay with that. Anything else? Now we're going to go past the turn. We can go ahead and swing in with Sad Robot if we want to. I think I like that. You know, if they block on any of those creatures, I'll be happy with that trade. Or if they want to block with Diagraph, Ghoul, you know, it's not the end of the world. Or at least we get in for 2, put our opponent down to 22, and then go and pass the turn. But yeah, so I checked out the Dice Dojo, really cool gaming store. Check that out. And then on that was on Friday. Yeah, that was on Friday. And then on Saturday, I went to the Cubs game with my sister and my wife, and had a lot of fun. I used to watch a lot of baseball, though I don't watch a lot of baseball now. But it was really cool going to Wrigley Stadium. I mean, it was really nice if you're a fan of baseball or you're a fan of sports in general. Do yourself a favor and go. It's a really cool experience. It's just it has a really cozy setting. I don't know how to describe it. It's really cozy. All right, so Dance of Mini. Do we want? Yeah, we're going to pay for that. We're going to keep the token going. It's going to be double blue. Let's go blue and then blue. Okay. And we draw to another island. Let's go and get the island down. Let's go and swing in. I think on this one, we actually go and swing in both. You know, if they give protection to Tymna, that's okay. Or do we want to kind of leave up a blocker? Yeah, let's go and leave up a blocker. I actually like that a little bit better. All right, make it unblockable. It's going to be a 3/3 body. Let's go and coming across for 3. Can't be blocked. I'll put them down to 17. And then we'll leave up Sad Robot to block on one of these creatures coming across. That way we can kind of reduce the combat damage card draw from Tymna. Anything else? Now we're going to go and pass the turn. And we do have Cyclonic Rift in the hand, so that way if we do get to, you know, we're sitting at 7 mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We actually do have just enough mana for an overloaded Cyclonic Rift. So if we get into spots where we kind of get their life total down, let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say we get it down to around 6 or something like that, we'll be able to kind of bounce everything back and kind of swing in, deal some nice little combat damage. Hopefully they draw a card. That's a little bit bummer. They're only stuck on 3 lands. But yeah, so we went to the Cubs game. Really cool. If you're a fan of sports, check it out. Shriek Maw. Okay. So they're going to target on this one. Non-artifact, non-black creature. So it's basically just going to be Temmet. Do we want to send it to the Temmet to the... Yeah, let's go and send Temmet to the graveyard. I think we're okay with that. It's going to be embalmed for 5. But at least we'll kind of have the reduced cost out of the graveyard. We have the mana for it. And then we can still go ahead and go for a nice little Fact or Fiction at the end of our opponent's turn. Alright, Shriek Maw goes into the graveyard. So does... Bye, little Temmet. At least we'll get a nice little zombie Temmet. That'll be pretty nice. And then we'll still have enough mana to go for the Embalm ability and keep up Dance of Many and make sure we have that nice little added bonus. Alright, see if they're going to swing in. Send in Diagraph Ghoul and the Imposing Sovereign. Do we want to chump block on this one? I think I like that. Yeah, let's go and go for that. Chump block Imposing Sovereign. Get rid of that tap ability. I'm going to draw an additional card off that one. And then we still have Fact or Fiction to go for too. Ooh, Metallurgic Summonings. I like that. We can get that down and go for a nice little Cyclonic Rift should just be 2 on that one, so that actually won't work as intended. I'm thinking we'll end up with a 7/7 body, but no, I think it just goes off the converted mana cost. Yes, converted mana cost, so didn't care if we do a overloaded Cyclonic Rift. Let's go and go for the Fact. Do we want to go for Fact or Fiction to go for the Summonings? We could set... No, let's go and go Fact or Fiction. I like that. I was thinking we could maybe get down Metallurgic Summonings and then try and go for like a little 4/4 body, but that'll take a little bit of setting up. I kind of like going, ooh, and then we draw into really nice stuff. So we do have Blade Splicer, Bade. We got Bay. We got Golem Bay over there. We have Swan Song and Batter Skull. So let's see, what are we going to put into our hand? So we have Elspeth, get some tokens on the battlefield, really start generating some extra value. Swan Song. Alright, so we do have 7 total mana, so we pay the upkeep on Dance of Many, get down Batter Skull, start swinging across. Let's go ahead and let's choose pile 1. I like that a little bit better. It goes into the hand, and then we still have Temmet out of the graveyard. Let's go and pay double blue on this one. Yeah, because they're at 15, so I kind of like going, yeah, we'll go double blue. Let's have some fun. We're going to pay double blue to prevent that. Let's go ahead and Embalm Temmet out of the graveyard. Let's make the land drop. Let's go for Temmet. It's going to be Embalm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then one more. And still leave up Swan Song on this one. So, and then Temmet goes back to the command zone. Mummy Temmet, yeah. And get the party started. Alright, let's give that nice little bonus to Sad Robot over there. And we can also give it to Temmet if we want to. You know, either way, it'll kind of work out. Let's go and swing it for 3. We're going to put our opponent down to 12. And then anything else. Now we're going to go and pass the turn. So, we will be online for Cyclonic Rift mana. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we hit the land drop, we'll actually be online for Dance of Many and be online for Cyclonic Rift to kind of bounce everything back. We're slowly working towards that nice little 6, 8 range where we can kind of get a nice little alpha strike. If we want to, we can simply just go for pay the 2 mana on the Sad Robot and then get down Batter Skull. Kind of go from there. But yeah, the Cubs game. So yeah, if you're ever in Chicago or you're any sort of sports fan, definitely check it out. The atmosphere was just really cozy. It was a lot of fun. I'm trying to think how to describe it. I don't know. Like, if you've ever been to a major ballpark that's not like old like that stadium, it has a really stadium feel to it. And going to Wrigley Stadium, it didn't have that stadium feel to it. It kind of felt like we were at like a kind of like a high school or a college game with 40,000 people. So pretty cool. Swinging in for 2, 2, and 1. I think we're still going to go and leave Temmet up on this one. Yeah, we're okay with that. Hopefully they can get some card draw going. That's kind of a little bit of a bummer on that. You know, I like to have some fun with this stuff. So if they're just stuck on 3 lands on turn 7, that's always a bummer. So, but yeah, so Wrigley Stadium, that was really cool. Had a few beers and a couple hot dogs. That's the weird thing though about Wrigley Stadium is you walk into the stadium and like it's kind of like it doesn't feel like you're walking into the stadium. It feels like you're walking into the underbelly of something like you're going through the maintenance entrance or something like that. So that was really weird. And they didn't have a lot of cool specialized vendor booths. They just kind of had just hot dog and beer stuff. So if you just wanted Bud Light and a hot dog, that's kind of what they had to offer. All right, put us going for duress. Do we want to counter that? You know, if they take Cyclonic Rift, it's okay. Or Swan Song, or Summonings. Yeah, at this point, we're okay with that. Let's hit the grab off the duress. But yeah, we went to the Chicago game, got the Cubs game, then we actually went to the card shop after that, so that was a pretty cool experience to get off the train off of that. And then that night we went out to Clark Street, and we ate at a nice little pizza place, and then there was War Priest of Thune. Destroy target enchantment. Okay, let's see if they're going to go for. They go for Dance of Many, and then whenever that's destroyed, that's going to get rid of Sad Robot on the battlefield, so at least get a nice little card draw off that. And then we're not going to be tied to paying that 2 mana anymore. Hopefully they'll start being able to make their land drops. I know they're drawing a few cards. Should be drawing some cards of time over there. Master Splicer. Okay, we actually got both the Blade Splicer, both Splicers in the deck right now. So we have 1, 2. That's going to be 6, 7. We have 8 total mana, and we can still leave up Swan Song. I think that sounds good. Would you want to go Batter Skull and Blade Splicer? Let's go Batter Skull. I actually like that. It's going to give us a little bit of a better clock. I think I like that. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, and the tap for 1 more. So we're going to tap the Chromatic Lantern actually on this one. Get down Batter Skull, Living Weapon, and then we'll be able to give that bonus to Temmet. Do we want to get down Blade Splicer? No, let's go and leave up Swan Song. I like giving that protection. Give Temmet his own nice little ability, giving himself a nice little pep talk. Let's go and swing him for 3. It's going to put him down to 9, and then we'll at least have the Germ Token swinging in for 5 next turn if it sticks around, and then we have Swan Song back up for that. So, puts him down to 9. Anything else? We're going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, so we ate at a pizza place that night. We ended up not getting like Chicago deep dish. I wanted to get it, but I was kind of tired, and the deep dish, it took like 40, it was going to take like, you know, maybe it would have taken less than that, but the menu said it took like 45 minutes to get that out. And so I was kind of like, oh, okay, we'll just do regular pan pizza, try and get that feel. And so we did that, and then I think that kind of wrapped up my Chicago trip. I'm trying to think anything else that we did. Oh yeah, we did go to, what is it? don't want to butcher it, but I think it was Millennium Park. Yeah, Millennium Park, where they had the bean there. That was pretty cool. Ooh, Kaya, Ghost Assassin. Okay. Not gonna be able to counter that off the Swan Song. This is one of those planeswalkers I always forget. I need to pick it up. Exile her and one target creature. They can exile the Batterskull token. Okay, got it on that one. Now with Temmet, they go down to 7. With Temmet, we can be able to swing it for 3, which will put them down to 4. And they finally kind of open their mana up just a little bit, so we kind of have this funny little clock going. But they have a nice little board state developed, so we'll see what we go for. Worst comes to worst, we can always get down Blade Splicer and Master Splicer next turn to kind of stop the onslaught of the little 1-drops and 2-drops from swinging in across. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There'll be 8 coming across, puts us down to 9, so actually tied up at 9. Okay. But yeah, I'll probably end up going Master Splicer or Blade Splicer, get that down. And that way we have some bodies and at least kind of swing in next turn off that. Drawn to Oblivion Ring. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's go Master Splicer. Actually, let's go Blade Splicer. It's going to be 1, 2. Let's get that token on the bound. I think we're going to go Oblivion Ring on this one. I kind of like that. Let's go Oblivion Ring. Get out Oblivion Ring, get rid of the Planeswalker. And that kind of gives us a few bodies on the battlefield to kind of stop this these creatures from swinging in. And then next turn, we can equip the Batterskull for 5. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. If we hit the land drop, I think we'll actually be online for getting down Master and the other one. Let's go and get Temmet, the nice little ability. The little 3/3. Let's go and swing in hot for 3. It's going to put him down to 5. Than anything else, and we're going to go past the turn. So we still have Swan Song to kind of stop any sort of last-minute spot removal, but at least we do have the Golem out there to kind of first strike on any of these creatures. And then we're going to get that Germ Token back, but it's a nice little 0/0, so it's just going to evaporate into thin air. But yeah, so we went to Millennium Park, and we saw the bean, which was really cool. I kind of thought of Chrome Mox the whole time when I was looking at it, but other than that, it was a really cool statue. And then we saw these 2 fountains in the park, and they're like really tall. They're probably like, almost like 2 or 3 stories of a building, and they're rectangular, almost kind of like a Jenga block or something like that. And they have water flowing over the edge of it, and they have like a computer screen behind it. And it had this person on there that was just staring, and then all of a sudden, like the computer person, like their face opened up, and they just started spitting water out of the fountain. And I remember just looking at it, being like, "Man, what is going on? This is wild." Alright, do yourself a favor. I can't remember what it's called, but type in Chicago Fountain. I know that's going to be really, man, I wrote it down somewhere. But, check it out. It was a pretty wild little statue. Alright, but type in Weird Chicago Statue. I'm sure that'll probably pop it up. Okay, opponents get down to Banisher Priest. Enters the battlefield, exile target creature and opponent controls until Banisher Priest leaves the battlefield. So, see what they're going to go for. They are sitting at 5. More than likely, we'll see the Golem token, I would assume. Yeah, that's going to be a good option for them. So we still have Blade Splicer. We can just kind of chump block on the Bloodsuck Champion if we want to. But I think on this one, if they do swing out, they are sitting at 5. They do have Lifelink off Tymna over there. We're not going to be able to chump block on her. They do have Mother Runes to give it protection if they want to go for that too. So we'll kind of see what we're going to go for. But yeah, so we saw that statue. It was a pretty wild statue. And then we kind of walked around the actual park itself. That was really pretty. And I'm from Dallas, and it was really cool walking around the downtown park area of Chicago because, Dallas has little random spots that are really cool to go visit. I think it's like Clyde Warren Park. It's really cool, but it's not that big. And seeing Chicago's park, just how flowing it was, they had a really cool outdoor venue for concerts to play at. And it was just really done well, like architecture-wise, it looked really pretty, and just the whole thing looked really nice. So, okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 8 coming across. Let's go ahead and do we want to chump block on the Bloodsuck Champion? Let's bring it back for 2. Yeah, we're going to go for that. Chump block on the Bloodsuck Champion. This is going to be 6 coming across. Put us down to 3. Puts them up to 7, and then the Time of the Weaver. So what we're going to be able to do is at least kind of equip the Temmet, put the Batterskull on there. It's going to be 4 plus 4 plus 4. That's going to be 6, 6, and the added bonus should be enough to hopefully kind of swing it out. And then we still have Swan Song back up to get rid of any sort of spot removal. So I think we should be able to kind of close it off from there. once we equip the Battle Skull. But yeah, so like the Chicago Park area was just really cool. I really enjoyed that, and it's just you think Chicago, you kind of I don't know, like you always hear on the news, there's a lot of crime over there. But when I visited, it was really cool and really enjoyed it. Missed too many lands early, almost pulled it out. Hey, yeah, good game, man. Definitely for sure. That was a bummer that they missed too many lands early. That's really unfortunate. I always hate that when that happens in Magic. But yeah, I'm trying to think anything else I did on Chicago trip. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. Okay, opponent scoops it up. We had Temmet next turn. Get down Temmet. It's going to be a 2/2 body. We equip the Batter Skull on there. It's going to be +4/+4, makes it 6/6. And then we get the nice little +1 bonus. We'll make it a 7/7, which will put them down to -1 and close it out. So, got down to the wire, and I got to tell you about my Chicago trip. So, hope you enjoyed it. Hey, and I hope you enjoyed the nice little new overlay. Temmet's got the cool looking van. So, all right, everybody. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.